absolutely love history. I love learning the crazy stuff that nobody's ever heard of. But like, did you know that during World War II, Oregon was bombed by the Japanese? 9 months after the attack of Pearl Harbor, on September 9th, 1942, we're talking about 20 miles away from Crescent City, California. Crazy stuff's about to pop off. A Japanese pilot, Nobuo Fujita, who was stationed on a submarine, catapults his plane off of the deck of the sub. That alone is bizarre. I should stop real quick because his plane only travels at 90 miles an hour, so it's super slow for airplane standards. Since it was so slow, it wasn't fast enough to fly over any kind of major cities. So the powers that be said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to fly over Oregon, and then we're going to take this man, have him fly this plane with 2 thermite bombs on it, and he's going to fly over the Oregon forests, and he's going to drop them. He's going to cause a huge forest fire, and we're going to divert a ton of resources from the war effort, and we're going to strike panic into the hearts of the U.S. But nobody told anybody that it rains a lot in Oregon at any time when it's not summer. Like literally a Forest Service lookout guy hears what he thinks is a Model A Ford. Model A? Yeah, Model A Ford backfiring, sees a plane flying overhead, calls it in, and dispatch goes, that's probably just a normal patrol plane. Don't worry about it. He then sees smoke a couple hours later, and they all assume that must be from the lightning storm we had yesterday. So one of those bombs strikes a tree, goes right down, cuts it right up, and it's just starts a fire, right? Not a big fire because everything's wet. Like 2 dudes got control over this forest fire within a couple hours, so it's nothing big. Now, fast forward to 1962. The town of Brookings, Oregon, the one that was struck, they're getting ready to have an Azalea Festival, and they're sitting around having a couple of beers, and they're thinking, wouldn't it be funny if we invite the pilot, the one who tried to wipe us off the map? So they invite the pilot. They invite Nobuo Fujita. Nobuo Fujita, he gets this invite. He's thinking, are they going to throw rotten eggs at me? Are they going to arrest me for war crimes? Is this going to be the end? But he still travels to Oregon. And he brings his family 400-year-old samurai sword. This is the same sword he took with him on every mission. He's thinking to himself, if things go sideways, I'm just going to opt out. But he gets there, and he's warmly welcomed. And he presents this sword to the city in an act of contrition. That sword is still on display at the library in Brookings, Oregon.